Hey guys, finally got that stupid front pump out of this Turbo 400. The clutch pack inside of that, I think it's intermediate. I'm not an expert, I'm just learning. But I'm gonna quit jumping around. But this front pump was so stuck in this case, I end up having to grab that center part of the pump with a big pipe wrench and just hammer on the pipe wrench to get this stupid pump to come out of this case. I mean, now again, I'm no expert, but it sure as heck looks like someone rebuilt this transmission and the front pump went out on it. Because those are clutches. It's hard to tell in this light with this little camera light, but those clutches are still tan and squared off. They look new on that clutch pack, and the inside of it was clean as all get out, even though you could tell some goofball tried to pressure wash this Turbo 400, probably trying to get more money out of it. But if washing it was worth $50, then I guess I'm in the wrong business. So anyway, I've gone through a lot of mental anguish trying to decide which way I want to go with the transmission on the Blazer. A reality of my finances were brought to my attention because I have my son's 14th birthday at the end of November. Plus we got to start thinking about Christmas. So it's not really the best time to try to jump into a 4L80E swap like I really wanted to. So, first steps first. I'm going to get this thing up on jack stands as high as I can safely support it. And start the process of pulling the T5 out of it so that I can... if it's rebuildable, I'm just going to go ahead and rebuild and fortify the T5 and slap it back in there to get it back on the road. If it's beyond, rebuilding for a reasonable price, I'll have to cross that bridge when I get there. So hang tight, see what we can do here. Generally what I try to do when I'm going to do something major underneath the vehicle, because, I weigh, 228 pounds. I don't fit under cars that sit super low to the ground. I don't know. Part of it's my belly, part of it's my chest. I don't know. I just don't fit. I'm just used to that. So generally what I'll do is I will back the vehicle up on my Rhino ramps. Then I will support the front on heavy duty jack stands. Okay, now that we've gotten a little safer, I'm not even going to mention what I tried to do the first time. I will try to back this thing up onto these Rhino ramps. Winning. Right on. Interesting side note, I had read on one of the LS1 forums, when you can't get your T5 to go into reverse, like there after I shut it off, I was just, for some reason, I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this in reverse to keep it from rolling, because I do not have a functioning emergency brake since swapping over to the 8.8 rear end. So their technique, which has worked for me several times already, put the transmission in second gear right before you start to go to reverse. I'm not sure how that helps all those synchronizers get happy and get on the same page, but it's actually a great tip. If it won't go into reverse, slam her in second, then it'll go in reverse. So Hold on just a second. Okay, got the front end raised up pretty high on my big jack. It's just a Pittsburgh jack I got from Harbor Freight, but back when I bought it, it was only like $77, and it was it's like a godsend. It worked so much better than the old antique wore out one I used to have. I have no complaints. I think I need around 2 feet. I don't know if I can go 2 feet. I'm just trying to get a better idea of how much space is going to be applicable to using my ATV jack as my stabilizing platform to try to manipulate that T5 in and out of the bell housing, yada yada yada. Some people call it blah blah blah. So at this point, that's what I'm trying to set up as safely and as accurately as I can, because I don't even have the ATV jack until tomorrow. Worked a deal with a guy on Craigslist and working our schedules together to try to get it. So that's my plan. Hold that thought. Okay, got it up on jack stands in the front. I go ahead and leave the jack underneath the cross member just as a third safety precaution. I've never had a car fall on me, but I'd rather not start that trend today. So everything seems to be very secure. It's not trying to move forward or backwards on the driveway. Everything is solid. I got under there to pull the drain plug on the T5 to start draining the fluid out of it to greatly reduce the chance of making a big mess. There's literally like water, milky, I guess, water all over the bottom of the oil pan and the bottom of the transmission. Right now the weather is very overcast and yucky, but I've never climbed under this vehicle and seen that before, so let's investigate. Okay guys, here's what I'm talking about. You see that white milky substance? I am literally, I don't want to say I'm freaking out, but I've never had any moisture of any kind on the bottom of this oil pan since I did the swap. So I don't know if my oil filter's a little bit drippy and there's water coming from up top, you know, it's kind of running down. But this thing acts like it's literally covered with like it's like an oil residue and clear water. Look at that. When I scrub that off, it's like a thick, like white substance. I have never seen that. Not on this vehicle. What caught my attention when I climbed under here just a second ago was the bottom of the transmission looked a little bit wet. And I was like, oh, that's weird. That thing's never been wet before. But then when I turned around to try to get my catch pan situated, my oil pan had water droplets on it. The bottom of the starter had clear water droplets on it. What I'm going to do is get this transmission draining. Then I will jump upstairs to the engine compartment and see if I can identify any kind of issues I need to be worried about. It could solely be condensation and water from the bad weather we're having. I've just never seen it do something like that, so one step at a time, I guess. Sorry guys, I did not get very far today. I did get it up on jack stands, drained the fluid out of the T5, pulled the drive shaft out, started, I took the shifter off the T5, just some little stuff that was easy to get to. So this will just have to be a part one to preparing to pull that T5 out so we can try to find out if it's rebuildable. So sorry I didn't get more done today. As usual, it's always a pain in the neck. So you guys keep watching. I appreciate it.